Every day I got some fly shit on, keeping on black outfit on. I already bagged most of the chicks that you out here trying to get on. You just catching up to what I've been on. Yeah, that's what I've been on.
Alright, hey guys, how's it going? It's me, TV Rises, and today we're talking about tips and tricks to make you better at Halo 5, Black Ops 3, or whatever first-person shooter you're going to be good at. There are some game-specific ones, like some for Halo 5 and some for Black Ops 3, but in general, most of these will apply to any first-person experience you might have. Before I get this started, I just want you to let you know that I don't think I'm super good or anything. These tips help me from having no knowledge of the game whatsoever to moderate, slightly above moderate level. These tips are just good for you to learn, and once you get a hang of them, you will succeed more than before. Alright, tip number one is your minimap. Your minimap is the most important tool that you'll ever have in a first-person shooter. I mean, unless you're playing hardcore or something, but hardcore is for losers, so we'll just set that aside. Alright, we're gonna break this down into Halo, Black Ops 3 in general. Halo, the minimap is a little bit different this time in Halo 5. Before, it showed you if somebody was on the top level, your level, or the bottom level. Now it doesn't do that anymore, so you gotta kind of make your wild guesses, but you always want to have your eyes on that radar. It might take a while to get used to doing it, but once you get into the habit, it'll stick with you for a while, and it's a really good practice. Alright, now to Black Ops 3. Alright, here's the deal with Black Ops 3. The minimap isn't as helpful, but I have a few tips and tricks that you can get the most use out of minimaps. Alright, first tip is, if you and your teammates are all in one place, the enemy is going to be spawning directly on the other side of the map from you. That way your teammates are basically a UAV the entire game for free. Alright, next up on the UAV is, on the minimap, you want to run ghosts a lot. You wonder why counter UAV and system hack are always succeeding. It's because the minimap is still your most important tool from COD 4 all the way till now. It's stuck that way. So in general, what you want to do with the minimap is you want to have eyes on it at all time. It's your most important source of information. It's just a really good thing to be looking at. As I said before, it may be a little bit difficult to get the hang of checking it every 5 seconds, but once you get it down, it'll stay down. Alright, this next tip is a Halo specific tip. So what you want to do is you got to learn where, well, it's not necessarily a Halo specific tip. You want to have map knowledge. This works for every single game, I just realized. Map knowledge is key. For Halo, you want to learn where the power-ups spawn, you want to learn where the power weapons spawn, you want to learn where the regular weapons like the BR or the storm rifle or whatever spawn, and you got to learn when they spawn. Everything will spawn at the beginning of the match, and after that, I believe it's 2 minutes on the clock. So make sure you watch that clock. Every 2 minutes, most of the stuff should be respawning or around them. So hang out around the areas. If you know this stuff, you can not only call out better, but you can dominate people with the power weapons and map control. In terms of map control with Black Ops 3, it's more about controlling the spawns with good weapons and using your specialist ability properly. Alright, it's not that hard to learn the spawns, as I said before with my minimap tip. Know where your teammates are at all times. Obviously, if you're playing Domination or something, which is the closest to lock spawns other than lock spawns, it will be on the flag that they own. Unless all of your teammates are in there, then they'll switch spawns to the flag that's yours in your home base. In other game modes like Uplink, Demolition, Safeguard, all of those spawns are secure, so they will always spawn on the side that they spawned on at the beginning of the match. Although I hate using this as a tip for Black Ops 3, head glitch all the time. Get familiar with that. Get familiar with weaving back and forth in between the head glitch. Just really confusing your enemy. So yeah, get familiar with the head glitches on the map. So basically, you just want to know how the map works, the escape routes, places people can come from, and how the entire match could play out, or a rough idea of how to change the way the map plays out. Next tip is for everything. You want to find a sensitivity and controller layout that's right for you. For most people on Black Ops 3, it would be tactical, because you have more control and you can slide easily. For most people, it's either bumper jumper or default. On Halo, yeah, just use one that'll let you play towards your advantages, or just give you advantages in general. Sensitivity is another topic entirely. You want to, it's different for everybody, but you want to experiment with every single sensitivity that you can. I mean, you don't have to go all the way up to 14, because if you realize that 10 is just way too much, then you can go back down and try to find one that works. but try every sensitivity you can until you find the one that's right for you, and that'll make you aim precisely, but with the right amount of speed. Alright, so the next tip is, I kind of forgot this one and I put it in post, so my voice sounds a little bit different. That's why, because I forgot about this one, but it's very important. You want to play to the advantages of your weapon, and this one kind of tailors more towards Call of Duty, but it'll mix with Halo as we go along, because power weapons are a thing in Halo, but power weapons are readily available in Black Ops 3. So let's talk about that right now. So when I say power weapons, I mean light machine gun, sniper rifle, shotgun. Those are readily available to you, but you don't want to be running around all over the place. You don't want to be running around all over the place. You want to stick to situations that would benefit you based on your weapon. So if you have a shotgun, you don't want to be running down that straight corridor. You want to hang out in a house right next to a spawn point or something. And the thing is, like, people are wondering why light machine guns are always used on Nuketown. And it's because you may think shotguns have the advantages there, but light machine guns really do, which is an issue, but it's there nonetheless. So they're playing to their advantages, head glitching with a light machine gun, which is kind of cheap if you ask me, but they're still doing well based on their advantages. Same thing applies to Halo, except once you get these weapons, you want to play to their advantages. If you're sniping, you don't want to be rushing out there. If you got a shotgun, you don't want to be trying to snipe people. You know the basics. Last tip is kind of competitive game exclusive, like CSGO or Halo 5. Crosshair placement is vital. You don't want to be running around you don't want to be running around looking at the ground. You want to keep your crosshairs at head level, especially if you're using the BR. You want to keep your crosshairs at head level. That way, if somebody comes around the corner, you can pop them in the head and get the headshot. As for Call of Duty, this kind of comes into play, but all you want to do, because there's hardly any crosshairs in Call of Duty, like, they're really wide for hipfire. So basically, just do not run and look at the ground. You want to be looking at upper body level. That's normally where you get most of your kills in Call of Duty anyway. So yeah, you want to be looking at upper body level. Aiming for headshots is kind of ridiculous in Call of Duty. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys next video.
Parents in Minnesota, Chicago's waiting for job offers on the table, and she tells all